Imagine standing before a powerful authority figure who is openly berating you. They are questioning your character and your work, yet you are legally forbidden from defending yourself. If you speak back, your career ends. This dynamic defines the traditional world of the highest courts in India. It is a space where the weight of history and the scale of the architecture serve to reinforce a rigid hierarchy. The system operates on a culture of excessive courtroom deference. It is an unwritten code where judges are treated as infallible royalty rather than public servants, commanding a level of obedience that goes far beyond professional respect. Inside these crowded chambers, that deference requires lawyers to maintain absolute physical and verbal submission. You stand in the heat, you listen to the reprimands, and you offer no resistance. When mandatory respect becomes this one-sided, the psychological landscape changes. For those on the bench, the absence of any pushback can transform the courtroom into a vacuum of power, where their word is the only one that matters. This creates an environment for judicial bullying. It remains a secret because lawyers are terrified to speak up. They know that visible anger from a judge can result in the immediate loss of their client's case. A justice system loses its grounding when the figures appointed to ensure fairness begin to operate through fear. When the bench becomes untouchable, the pursuit of law is replaced by the pursuit of survival. For decades, this silence was the industry standard, but Tushar Mehta has decided to break it. As the Solicitor General, Mehta serves as the government's top legal advocate. He is a central figure within the judicial hierarchy, possessing an intimate understanding of how these high-pressure courtrooms actually function. Instead of airing his grievances through private channels, Mehta took a public and confrontational step. He authored a book detailing the inner workings of the courts. The book is a direct critique. It explicitly calls out certain judges for their incivility and documents the specific bullying tactics used to dominate lawyers during proceedings. By publishing this, Mehta is accepting a massive professional risk, openly criticizing the very people he must stand before every single day. This is a rare instance of a high-ranking insider declaring a public conflict with the most protected class in his profession. There is no precedent for a lawyer at this level attacking the bench so directly. The legal community is now waiting to see what the reaction will be. When a system built on untouchable authority is challenged by its own top advocate, how does it respond? Mehta's book has set him on a collision course with the hierarchy.
It is a calculated move by a man who has decided that the current state of the courts is no longer worth the silence required to stay within them. While the legal establishment might be expected to distance itself from such a critique, the launch of the book reveals a far more complex reality. The official launch is scheduled for May 10th at the Bharat Mandapam, a venue reserved for the most prestigious, high-profile events in the country. The event will be presided over by Justice Suryakant, the Chief Justice of India. This creates a startling paradox. The highest-ranking judge in the nation is choosing to stand on stage and lend his authority to a book that systematically criticizes the behavior of his own colleagues. One possibility is that the Chief Justice is using the book as a strategic tool. By supporting the launch, he may be sending a public warning to the bench, signaling that the era of unchecked incivility must end. Alternatively, this may be a sign that the culture of absolute judicial insulation is changing from within. The presence of the Chief Justice suggests that the internal demand for reform is reaching the very top of the system. This alliance between the government's lead advocate and the nation's highest judge brings a hidden courtroom culture into the open. It places the conduct of the bench under a new kind of scrutiny, leaving the public to wonder who truly holds authority when the judges themselves are the ones being called to account.